My clients often ask me, what are the qualities of your most successful clients? And after working with more than 150 coaches over the last few years, I've noticed something that is really clear. The qualities required are things that you already have in droves as a coach. They are consistency, generosity, and empathy. In this episode, I'm going to break those down, share what I've seen in my most successful clients, and give you one simple change that you can make this week to see results right away. The truth is, coaching is a busy marketplace. There are lots of brilliant coaches out there, but people don't choose based on qualifications. They choose based on trust. And trust is built when you show up consistently, when you give generously, and when you meet people with empathy. There is a quote from Seth Godin that was the inspiration for this episode, which is, people don't buy goods and services. They buy relationships, stories, and magic. And in coaching, that magic isn't something that you can fake. It's created through those three qualities. Where most coaches fail is chasing hacks, the perfect funnel, the cleverest niche, copying what other people are doing who may be years ahead of you, and their strategies just won't work for you. I remember years ago seeing Lisa Johnson, a business strategist, doing a 5-day challenge. And at the time, I just thought, gosh, this is so easy. She's selling this £2,000 course. She had hundreds of people buying the course. And I had absolutely no awareness that I couldn't just do the same, because she had built that audience and had years of experience on me. So if you are currently posting for 2 weeks, not seeing results, and then giving up, or holding back on sharing value, worrying that you are giving too much away for free, or putting so much emphasis on, will I get a client from this? Is this worth my time? Rather than putting the full focus on who you are here to help. When you view your business as a complete ecosystem rather than one fluke that might make all the difference, then you really do build a consistent, credible business. Everything takes longer than we want. 6 years into starting my business, I'm sitting in the sort of home that I dreamed of and I thought would be possible within 1 year, but it's taken 6 years to get here. Income-wise, I'm probably earning the amount of money I thought I would be earning within 6 to 12 months. Finally, 6 years on, really good, steady income, a really large home, all of the things that I dreamed of are finally becoming true. But that's only because I have showed up for you, my ideal client, day in, day out for years now. I've never missed a podcast. I've never missed posting on social media. I've never missed sending an email to my list weekly. The key really is, how can we create business as usual? How can we build that consistency into your business where you show up for your ideal client as if they were your boss? And don't get me wrong, there is waiting, there is doubt in all of our lives, mine included. But I hope this is inspiration that if you stay consistent, keep giving with empathy for your ideal client, then you will get that version of your home, whatever that goal is for you. So let's get back to the episode, which is something I bore my children with day in, day out, which is consistency beats talent. Generosity beats strategy, and empathy beats ego. These three things matter more than anything else in business, especially in the current climate. And the best part is you have all of these quantities in oodles Every single one of my clients has these. So I know that every single one of you will also have these qualities of consistency, generosity, and empathy. And we just need to keep honing them and keep building them. So let's go into each of these in more detail. Number one is consistency. The clients who succeed are the ones who show up even when no one is clapping or cheering for them, which is most of the time, in all honesty, especially in the start of your business where people are kind of cringing at seeing you show up on video suddenly or things you might be sharing. But that is the rite of passage to having a business, doing things that most people will never do to get the thing that they want. So, my most successful clients are posting, emailing, networking, whatever it is for that particular client, week in, week out. It's not glamorous, but it works. And this doesn't mean you have to show up on social media all day, every day. I have wonderful clients in my mastermind, for example, who are doing super well, earning great money. And what they do differently is really, really keep in touch with the people that they've known through their workplaces. So, how can you continue to build those relationships? Send that awkward message, even if you think it feels salesy. Whatever it is for you, it's those awkward things that you need to do first because they are usually the needle movers in your business. Okay, number two, generosity. Most successful coaches don't hold back. They give their best stuff away for free. And here is the magic. People don't think, oh, well, I don't need to work with them now. They think if this is what they give away for free, imagine what it's like to work with them. And for those who think you can build everything for free, like that's okay. Your real ideal clients, the one who will get results, the one who knows that there is more to learn, they will be the ones who come into your world. It also massively raises your rates. Good isn't good enough anymore. And we want to be excellent to be able to stand out in a competitive marketplace. So, what is one generous post you could share this week that solves a real problem that you would normally only share in a session? Imagine you're aiming for people to say, "This was so helpful," or message you directly to say thank you. And it doesn't always need to be how-to content, although that is really useful. It can sometimes be as simple as sharing your story. I shared my story last week on social media of moving to this house, which I never thought would be possible for me once I had children and went part-time. And I had so many private DMs saying, "Thank you so much. I've just started my business. It's so hard. I'm so grateful to you for sharing that story that's given me momentum and a spark today." It also got something like 700 and something likes and hundreds of comments from people really grateful for the perspective shift that it is possible to be self-employed and get a mortgage. Okay, our third point, which is my favorite, is empathy. The standout coaches are the ones who feel their ideal clients. Like, I really feel in my body exactly what it feels like. That feeling has never left me from starting my business as to the overwhelm of, oh my gosh, how am I meant to post on social media and do something else? And what I know now, the other side of this, is that it just needs to become business as usual. And the only way it becomes business as usual is by doing it so often you can do it with your eyes closed. It's a bit like when I drive on the school run. If, for example, we're going somewhere different on the route or I'm meant to be pulling over at the shop, I will always end up driving by. So my children will go, "Mum, you've missed this," because it's automatic now because we do it so often. So your social posts and things that you want, those consistent habits in your business that currently might take you a lot of energy, will become easier with practice. So instead of staying in your head, creating your niche statement or your offers, Really get out there and talk to real life people and try and solve real life problems. We might think of that as reframing limiting beliefs, for example, but we really need to think about it as our ideal clients do. Do they even know what a limiting belief is? Or do they think they have a completely different problem, which obviously might be a limiting belief? We know that, but often they don't yet. So it's really important to talk to their front door issues rather than the back door, which is what we will work on when they're actually in the door. So these might sound like fluffy add-ons, but they are really your business multipliers. One of my clients, Levanah, does all three of these beautifully. She has shown up consistently for the 18 months that she's been building her business. She generously builds trust with her audience by being consistent, and she has real empathy for exactly where her ideal client is at and the challenges that they are facing. And she's not afraid to call them out and let those people really see that someone gets where they're at and that they are not alone. So let's bring this back to you. The three qualities that separate successful coaches from the rest are consistency, generosity, and empathy. Your challenge this week is to pick one of these and commit to a small action. Don't overthink it, just do something. And notice the evidence, whether that is a comment on your post, a conversation that feels easier, or that you just feel more confident in your own process. That is your sign it's working. And again, like I've talked about in this episode, don't be the person who puts out that one post or does someone a favor and then throws their toys out of the pram if it doesn't get immediately rewarded. Do it again tomorrow if you don't get your sign today. I met this guy when I first started my business, and he is a coach also. And he honestly has kept in touch with me over 6 years now. And not just me, he does this with everyone. His system is insane. And because he is so generous and sends WhatsApps and sends the latest ICF reports or anything else he thinks I might be interested in, it's really hard to ignore when he asks for a favor. So, for example, he contacted me recently and he has published a book and he wanted me to read his book. And I was like, "Oh, I just haven't really got time to read your book." But obviously, because he has paid into the value bank of me for so many years, there was nothing I could do than try and read his book and feed back to him quickly. So be that person who does pay into the value bank. So when you want something in return, that person will do what you ask. If you want more structure and support to build your business with honesty and not hype, that is exactly what we do inside my program, The Business of Coaching. It is sold out in October, in fact, oversubscribed. So I've had to ask some people to wait to join because I like to take a maximum number each month. So I know that I have adequate time to give to those amazing clients who have trusted me with their investment. The next intake is the 11th of November. That doesn't mean you need to wait until then before you can join the community, our core calls, and the training part of the program. But it just means we won't start your small group accelerator, which is a 4-week thing I do to really make sure within those first 4 weeks, you get clarity on your niche, your offer, and taking some steps to share that within our first 4 weeks together. You will find the link to learn more in the show notes. There is an application form right at the bottom of the Business of Coaching page. So if you are curious but have questions, want to make sure it's right for you, then just complete that and I will send you a personalized walkthrough to make sure it fits you. Like, I don't want to work with anybody who isn't a right fit in the program either. So it's in both of our interests that I only take on people that I feel like can get results in my program. So today, take a deep breath And remember, you don't need to chase shiny objects around. The ones who succeed are the ones who show up with consistency, give generously, and lead with empathy. And like I share at the end of every episode, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Women in the Coaching Arena. I have a mass of free resources on my website, joannalottcoaching.com. That's Joanna with an A and Lott with 2 T's, joannalottcoaching.com. And I'll also put links in the show notes below. Let me know if you found this episode useful, share it with a friend, and leave me a review, and I will personally thank you for that. Remember to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Get into the arena, dare greatly, and try.